awesome because you get 2 or 3 sentries
I
behind an
like that.
Archon, and it's freaking sick. The Archon's a tank. It's just
It could get 2 or 3 sentries behind a pre-nerf adept, and that would be cool.
oh yeah, yeah. But the campaign doesn't have a depth. It's kind of weird. At
That's
least not
weird.
the beta, not the
I
first
understand why I
pushes.
don't play the campaign anymore. Understand.
Yeah, the campaign's pretty sick, but whatever.
What abs, guys? It's currently 1-1. PandaBearMe versus Namshar. Game 3 is going to be Terraform. We're waiting for the readies, and there they are. Ready, second, ready. Good luck, have fun, go. Whatever they are. And here we are loading into Terraform. Any predictions, my good Draven?
Um, it's hard to say. I mean, Panda Bear is pretty sneaky with his early pulls, and on a smaller map, you might actually get to see it. And so if he goes to that 9 pull aggression play, and like it worked for him the first time, it might be prove useful to do it again. However, Namshar knows where Panda Bear is going to spawn, and so therefore he's going to have the Overlord in it to have it scouted way before it becomes a problem. So I'm interested to see if Panda Bear does try to do that sneaky build again.
Definitely, it is a possibility.
Yep. So
Introduce our lovely player.
spawning in our bottom right position, it is the red Zerg player just coming off of a victory, keeping the series 1-1, winner takes all. It is Namshar.
Oh, yeah. Woo! And his opponent in the top left-hand corner from Invasion Esports, the yellow Zerg player, PandaBearMe. Yeah, I need some thunder sticks myself, but you know, I just have my own body to make that thunder. We'll see what happens, guys. Here we are on Terraform. Yeah, I don't. What was that? What did you just do? Like, that's just weird. You guys can't see it, but he's doing weird things to the camera. It's kind of depressing, to be honest.
Like elbow to hand.
About a hand?
Like you just put your hit your elbows together and your arms.
I feel like this has to be like the highlight. There's a highlight reel of StarCraft 2, and it's Draven and Drennoc. Like, wait, how do you make that? Wait, what? And all they can do is hear us. You can't actually see us. It's just kind of weird.
So we see, so PandaBearMe is not doing that sneaky build as we thought he was. He's actually going to open with Hatchery, which I'm not really a fan of on this map, especially when you play against ZVZ. Because if your opponent went an early pull, you can have Lings in your base by now. So going Hatch before pull is not, not what I would have done. But here we go, PandaBearMe going Hatch before pull, and looks like he's going to go for his pull now at 16. However, Namshar goes for early pull before Hatch, which is more of the defensive side. And we see gas before pull. What is PandaBear doing? Oh, there we go. There we see the pull. How it's almost a full 2 minutes behind Namshar, so this might be a problem if Namshar decides to go 6 lanes and get some harassment done.
Definitely, we'll see how that goes down. Kind of an awkward thing for PandaBearMe, and like you said, though, that this map much better for PandaBearMe's kind of weird shenanigan plays. Maybe trying to mind game his opponent. Overlords do get to your opponent's base relatively early, albeit Namshar's will see the natural, not the main, but nevertheless, it could be a little bit of a mind game. I'm really curious to see how the Baneling Wars go down, because Game 2, I know you weren't here for the beginning, but they both, essentially neither was aggressive, and they both just kind of got up to 3-base Baneling Ling, and then from there they switched. But they were not aggressive. They scouted each other, said, okay, cool, 3-base Baneling Ling, let's kind of move out of that. So I wonder if we're going to have that same passive style into the mid-game and just allow them to both get to where they want to be and not just do some sort of crazy game, and that's the decider map about who moves on.
So we do see speed coming down from PandaBearMe, which is fine, which is normal. We do see Lings coming out. It's going to stop this Ling aggression. So far nothing too crazy is going down. But PandaBearMe with the extra speeds, he may try to go like speed Lings to Banes, and he is still saving up that gas. So he's just trying to dance around a little bit. Queen comes out, it's going to stop any kind of aggression at this point.
Queen's definitely already out and ready, getting them injects going. Baneling Nest coming down for PandaBearMe, and we could see a deviation, but no, just slightly less as quick for Namshar. Namshar doing what he did in Game 2. He's got the Baneling Nest right in position to allow the Queen just the most, actually technically the least surface area to be attacked and be able to defend some of the early Ling swells we see going back and forth a lot of the time on Terraform because of its map architecture and nature. We do see swells going back and forth quite often. So far, though, both not doing too much, but Flings coming out for PandaBearMe. Is starting to get a little aggressive, actually hiding them in the back of his base. Not wanting any Overlord to see, quite possibly.
Yeah, but he does have a great Overlord position right out to the front, so Namshar is going to see a swell of Speedlings rushing towards, and it doesn't look like Namshar has any kind of static defense yet. He's going to have a Baneling less sure for defense, but I mean, he needs to have a couple spines, unless he gets some mad hits off these Banes. But here comes the swell of Lings, and the Banes are going to finish just in time.
The Banes will finish just in time for the defense, but, I mean, are they just in time? Because the Lings are kind of going in one by one, but oh, the micro is almost devastating for PandaBearMe here. He's got to be really careful, but now the Lings will maybe do some damage in the middle line. There is enough Banelings here to be annoying, but at the same time, 2 Banelings sacrifice themselves for Namshar and don't do that much damage. The Lings of PandaBearMe will buy enough time for these Banelings to be able to finish in their cocoons and maybe even kill both these queens. It's devastating. The queens, there's no queen in the main right now. Not that many injects, and PandaBearMe looking so good with his early aggression. Won't even go for the drones here. Takes out so many Lings, but oh, the drone kills. They could be so real. They could be so real.
He's saving him because he knows that Namshar went a lot of Lings right at the start, so he was saving him just to try to stop any kind of Ling harassment. So he does get a lot of drones, but he doesn't do that much damage. So we do see more Lings coming across the map, but you know, and we don't. It's kind of evening out just a little bit more. We have more Banes for defense. Here they come across the map. Oh, what great hits! Takes out all the Banes. Yeah, it's going to cancel all this. Namshar defends this really well. I don't know what PandaBearMe is going to be able to do from this. Like, he just lost too many Lings at that start, and now it looks like Namshar is going to have the advantage.
Oh, the Banelings!
Banelings are going to finish.
I mean, it all comes, as I was mentioning, it all comes down to the Baneling micro. That is why I love ZVZ. It's not your counters, it's how the micro is in. PandaBearMe's looking for some kills. Currently 26 drones of Namshar to only 22 of PandaBearMe. He wants to even it up just a little bit, but the Banelings of Namshar are just so good. His control is really coming into play. Off the back of this, 20 more Lings coming out, and there are only 5 drones of natural PandaBearMe. He does not care, and he's going to try to screw Namshar for having 2 extra at his natural, saying, you know what? That's just enough Lings for me, but it's almost too late. 9 minutes in. We'll see if PandaBearMe can take it. He can't morph in Banelings, and I mean, he may have to pull back from this. Thankfully, though, Namshar isn't like going sneaky spire behind this or lair or whatever. There's still no tech out for either.
Yeah, so we do see a spine for Namshar, which is going to definitely help since he's lacking in the queens. He's making another queen, a couple more Banes. But it's so back and forth. It's just going to be just one misclick of a Bane. That's what's going to keep you in the game right now. We got a lot of Lings being rushed, and it's got some Banes. Both the Banes don't want to be wasted on 1 or 2 Lings. They want to have a great hit, but just both players are just doing phenomenally well.
The control is really good. So far, actually, interestingly enough, Namshar has lost more than his opponent. That is 3,200 minerals, 2,700 minerals, but still not too much of a difference. As I was saying, it's all coming down to the Banelings, but now the Banelings of PandaBearMe may have a little bit of an issue moving into this natural base position for Namshar. He's got a spine up, he's got a Baneling, he's got a beautiful kind of semi-pseudo wall right there, and I think PandaBearMe, he just needs to contain his opponent, pull back, and do something else, but still going back and forth.
Yeah, so we do see PandaBearMe going into what looks like jumping into a lair, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so he's jumping into a lair, so it makes me think he's going to try to jump into spires. He like forced out a lot of Lings, a lot of Banes, a lot of static defense, and then jumps into a spire and really takes Namshar, like very surprisingly, as we see Namshar going roaches, so it's definitely 2 separate builds. So it's going to be interesting to see who gets the tier 2 unit out first.
It will be very interesting to see. The layer of PandaBearMe is much quicker than his opponent, and there is the spire for him, while his opponent, Namshar, is going Roach Warren. I feel like the biggest thing, deviation from game 1, is obviously, yes, there wasn't a lot of damage done early on or fights, but it's going to be 2-base play versus 2-base play, which may favor the mutas in this situation. Desperately, Namshar tries to take a 3rd base, but will it be quick enough? Oh, it will be, and his defense is good, but so many Banelings are coming in right now. Oh, PandaBearMe going for a kill. He may pick up some queens here.
This is so back and forth with these Banes, but if PandaBearMe can keep aggressing with these Banes and keep just trying to force out ground armor, force out, you know, we see Namshar expanding behind us as well. Roach is expanding. He's not going to know that this mutas will be coming. We see a huge gas for PandaBearMe. He's going to be able to get out 7 mutas by the time Spire is done. Obviously, once he gets the minerals for it as well. But these Bans are trying to keep this. Hitting one buildings is not a good idea. But we do see more links coming across.
I thought the Baneling of Namshar was PandaBearMe's right there, and I was like, what is going on? Detonate! Detonate! It's like, oh, friendly fire, never mind. Lings will be going for a counterattack into that third base with the roaches in the middle. Maybe do some damage. Actually, PandaBearMe's got to be careful. He does not want to have half his army stuck on the wrong side of these rocks. 7 mutas on the way for PandaBearMe, and he very well may be able to defend from the roaches, but the third is at jeopardy.
Yeah, so he blocks it off, stops his roaches from coming in, which is just going to buy him more time. Those lings coming around, which is kind of cute, just doing some damage to that third. We do see an Overseer in the base of PandaBearMe, so he's going to see the Spire, he's going to see the mutas, and I don't know if he sees if he picked up on that there's a Spire, but he definitely knows, now he knows those roaches are getting attacked by the mutas, and now we're going to see a bunch of spores going down for Namshar, but he needs to, do more with these mutas than he did last time. Unfortunately, last time he didn't do much, so he needs just to get on top of this army. And on top of that drone line, we just see 3 queens, 4 queens, and it's going to be like the same game as last time. Just Namshar's just going to have too many queens, and unfortunately he's not going to be able to do much with these mutas.
You are precisely correct, but maybe the lings are enough because there's lings in the main of Namshar and the mutas are attracting this main army. There is a lot of decent amount of queens, but don't think it'll matter. Roaches at home will be able to defend for Namshar, but like you were saying, Draven, this is exactly what PandaBearMe needs to do, but he's got to be careful.
Okay, so they focus down the Spore Crawler. Lings do some damage to the roaches. They focus on 1 queen, takes down the second one, transfuses, not transfuses. There's no more queens left for the defense. He's going to be able to take this base, no problem. Focus down the roaches, stops a little bit of the drones, picks up another drone.
But like I was saying, unlike Coda, in the situation where your roaches need to head to your opponent's base, it's a much shorter rush distance. Thankfully, though, PandaBearMe did take down those rocks earlier. Roaches coming across the map. A couple lings of PandaBearMe may be able to intercept them. Back at home, though, PandaBearMe's got spines up, he's got lings, he's got a one kind of crazy muta. And as long as PandaBearMe doesn't pull back, I think he still should be fine, but there's almost enough roaches here. He's got to pull everything back and cannot sustain the damage at the third base of Namshar.
Yeah, so the roaches are going to come in. They're going to do a few damage here and there, but he does have to pull back his entire army, which is fine. We see more roaches coming in, which I don't know if he wants to do it because we do see lings going on to the third base of Namshar that's taking down. It looks like he's going to take down the second queen, and he's going to focus down the third queen as well. That's losing queens is so expensive. You're losing the injection, losing the larva. The queen saves it with 4 health. Oh my gosh, with 4 health.
Oh man, the queen! The queen is real. That queen is definitely a StarCraft trooper. Lings, mutas of PandaBearMe, they're basically airlings, let's be honest. Like, if they could just have lings and attach a flying animation, I would be super fine with them being mutas. But for now, PandaBearMe coming into the main. There's a couple overlords he can snipe, but he's a little indecisive.
Natural base. He needs to get in there and needs to start poking. He doesn't want to lose any to the Spore Crawler. A queen pops out. He should focus down the queen, and he's trying to take out this lair. If he takes out this lair, that's going to be problems for Namshar, but there's nothing to defend. 2 more queens are coming. They're going to start dropping transfuse on it. He focused down 1 queen, gets a transfuse off. Focus on the second queen, and oh my gosh. Might be able to get this third queen with no transfuse, and he's going to take down this lair, no problem. If that lair goes down, there's no Hydralisk, there's no Spire. He's not going to be able to do anything. He's not going to be able to defend against this. Loses that second, loses the lair. Roach is coming across the map for Namshar as well, but meets with a wall of spines and lings, and PandaBear's just looking really good, and this has got a lot better control with his mutas this time. He's really
if PandaBearMe wins, he will move on to the round of 16. Looking so good right there. As you mentioned, Draven, he's taken out the lair, all the tech in the main. There's still an infestation pit, though, and the possibilities of fungal growths, but it's got to be the most amazing chain fungals you ever seen. Currently 23 mutas out, and man, it's getting dicey.
So lings run into the base again, and they're just going to try to pick off drones, going to try to pick off anything they do. They're going to focus down Spore Crawlers, focus on drones, anything they could do to help with these mutas. Mutas are rushing and focus down Overlords, putting Namshar in a very interesting position because he's almost supply capped. A couple more Overlord kills will definitely supply cap him. And those lings are just being annoying. He's not going to be able to do much. Infestors going to focus down 2 Infestors. So much gas wasted without getting 1 fungal off. Focus down on the third one and just on
GG! PandaBearMe 2-1. moves on in first place beautifully. Those were some good games going pretty darn even, and honestly, I thought he was going to take second. Even, like, I'll be 100% honest. I had a prep document ready for Draven. I send him, and it literally is Namshar first place, PandaBearMe second. But right there, PandaBearMe proves me wrong, and Namshar is going to fall down to whoever wins out of the losers' games. 2-1. PandaBearMe moves on to the round of 16.
And it's also fun to point out, and this is just because I love watching how high-level players these guys are. These guys average 250 to almost 300 APM that match. In a 20-minute match, to keep up that, that's ridiculously high. Like, I average like 100 maybe. And so it's just, seeing this level of play, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
Very good point, Draven. They are incredibly good players. Guys, though, we're going to go on a very quick commercial break. Before we see more games, we will have, I believe, Seigifried versus Marsman, or Mansmar? Let me just see what I have written. I can't read my handwriting. Marsman, thank you. I could not read my handwriting. It'll be Seigifried versus Marsman to see who goes against Namshar, for whoever will move on to the round of 16, joining PandaBearMe. That is Draven. I am Drennoc. Our lovely observer is Hawkeye. This is the Rival StarCraft 2 League. See you in a few short minutes for some more StarCraft 2 action after this ad break.